Okay, so let's begin and talk about the concept of and the idea behind the capacity building week, which is pretty simple and straightforward to be honest, but quite game changing at the same time as well. So this is a 5-day event, generally speaking, because this year it's going to be a 6-day event, but generally speaking, this is a 5-day event and it features not less than 20 highly specialized and technical workshops led by not less than 30 experts in 3 languages and in 3 countries. So this is the essence of Capacity Building Week. But when we talk about the workshop topics, I would like to highlight the fact that we cover all sectors of Islamic finance, be it banking, be it takaful, be it capital markets, and even social finance as well. And we cover all perspectives, or at least some of the most important perspectives to us, which includes Sharia, accounting, auditing, governance, financial technology, and other related complementary perspectives as well. And as a result of which, these workshops target almost all Islamic finance stakeholders, whether you are a Sharia scholar, an accountant, an auditor, or involved in Islamic banking operations or regulations and whatnot. Okay, so this is how you can envision Capacity Building Week and the workshops that we try to include in that event. And this is how we try to make sure that the event is truly all comprehensive and all encompassing. Now, when we talk about the languages, the workshops are conducted primarily in Arabic and English language as well as Russian language, in addition to French language, Bengali language, and Urdu language as well. And we conduct this session, not this session, but this event in at least 3 countries, Bahrain, and obviously speaking, because Bahrain is the headquarters of AOFI. But we also have this event in UAE and Bangladesh. And from next year onwards, inshallah, we are going to have this event in other countries as well. So given this description, I think it's pretty clear and obvious that the Capacity Building Week is a truly international event and a huge event at it in terms of size and numbers and scope and what have you. So this is, in a nutshell, AAOIFI Capacity Building Week for you. Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about the Capacity Building Week event, which took place last year in 2023, and which also happened to be the inaugural event. That is, it was the very first time for AOFI conducting this event. In terms of what we achieved, this slide is right there in front of you. There were 300 trainees, both physical and online, representing not less than 20 countries, in which more than 30 experts conducted 23 workshops in 3 languages and in 3 countries. And these were the 23 workshops which were conducted. And these were the 34 lead and support trainers and experts who conducted those 23 workshops. And these are some of the snapshots of the inaugural Capacity Building Week, which took place last year, as I mentioned, in 2023. And by the way, we have compiled this as a report and it's available on our website as well, those who want to reference it after the webinar. Now, more importantly, let's talk about this year's Capacity Building Week, because this is the reason why you joined this webinar. Now, one big and exciting news that I would like to share with you all is that this event is now co-hosted with Islamic Development Bank Institute, which means that we have now rebranded this event as AAOIFI IsDB Capacity Building Week. And one of the outcomes of this partnership is that the certificates are now going to be jointly issued. That is by both AAOIFI and IsDB to all trainees who attend our workshops. In addition to IsDB, we have also confirmed 3 training partners for this event, and the details of which will be uploaded on our website and on our social media pages very soon. So Alhamdulillah, right from the get-go, given the fact that this event is still in the 2nd year of its operations, you can see for yourself that it's becoming bigger and better and more influential and more impactful and hopefully more beneficial as well to you and to the general Islamic finance industry world over. Before I move on any further, I want to mention the dates of the second AAOIFI IsDB Capacity Building Week. This event is happening on the 2nd of November. That is, it's starting from the 2nd of November. And then we will have 2 days of conference, 3rd and 4th of November. And then this capacity building week will resume from 5th onwards. So 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th of November, we will have the capacity building week. As I mentioned to you that this year it's going to be a 6-day event, simply because on the 4th day, sorry, not on the 4th day, 4th of November, we are going to have one workshop during the conference itself. So the conference attendees who are interested in participating in the capacity building workshop, they can do so because this breakout session specifically designed and developed for them will be happening on that day. So, all right, these are the 26 workshops we have planned in the second AAOIFI IsDB Capacity Building Week. And these workshops, as you can see for yourself, are classified in 7 categories. Actually, I don't think you can see this on your screen as the font size is too small. But I trust you already have access to this image through our social media pages. And I believe Taif Digital Institute will also share it with you separately, inshallah. So this is not going to be a big issue. We are going to conduct 4 workshops on AAOIFI Sharia standards, AAOIFI auditing standards, and other compliance-related topics. We will have a couple of workshops on AAOIFI financial accounting standards, and I think 6 workshops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes, 6 workshops related to Sharia governance and Islamic risk management. Another set of 6 workshops related to Islamic banking products and operations, including a session to be conducted by IFSG, which is Islamic Financial Services Board based in Malaysia, which is another standard setting body. Moving on, we have a couple of workshops on Islamic digital banking and fintech as well, and 5 workshops related to non-banking institutions and topics, which includes workshops on sukuk, on takaful, on waqf, and so on. Lastly, we are going to have for the first time ever the Train the Trainer workshop, and I'll discuss about this on the next slide, inshallah. So all in all, these are the 26 workshops taking place in the upcoming capacity building week. In the table, you'll find the number of sessions for each workshop, the dates, the timings, the language, and the investment required to register for the workshop. Okay, now speaking about the Train the Trainer workshop, like I said earlier, this is the first time ever for AAOIFI that we are having this workshop. This is going to be the longest workshop in the event, spanning 3 full days or 6 sessions in total. And I invite all of you, especially those of you who are into teaching and training Islamic finance in whatever capacities or levels, to attend this workshop, whether physically or online. Okay, so now we come to the discount policy section, and the way we have designed this policy is to ensure that almost all Islamic finance professionals from different parts of the world somehow, some way are eligible to these respective categories. So, for example, if you happen to be an AAOIFI fellow, that is, you have passed the CIPA qualification, CSA, CSE, CSAA qualification, then you are entitled to a flat out 65% discount on registration for any workshop. In fact, I would go as far as to say that even if you have CPFAS and CPSS, which are proficiency certificates and not fellowship programs, even if you have those qualifications, we will still offer you 65% discount on registration fees for all workshops. If you happen to register as a group of 3, 5, or 10, then you're entitled to 33, 50%, and 65% discount respectively. If you happen to register for more than one workshop, that is, you've registered for one workshop, and in that workshop, you were entitled to a discount, so you get that discount as well. But when you register for a different workshop, another workshop, you will get additional 50% discount, not additional, 50% discount or 65, whichever is higher. Okay. And if you happen to be a student studying Islamic finance in any industry, in any part of the world, or you happen to represent or live in a developing country, which is basically non-GCC country, then you can just register for any of the workshop for just $100. But the condition is that it has to be online participation only. And the other two categories might not be relevant to you, so I'll not get into the details of those categories. Okay, now before we commence the question and answer session, let's address the most important question of them all. Why should you participate in this event? Now, there are many reasons to participate in this event, to be quite honest, but some of these and some of these are there on your screen as well. But let me just focus on three main points. Okay, three big points. First point is to do with the fact that if you as an Islamic finance professional are interested in developing correct understanding, interpretation, and implementation skills in AOFI standards, then these workshops are for you. In other words, if you want to master AOFI standards, then these are must attend workshops for you. And frankly speaking, I would be a bit shocked if you are to say that you're not interested in mastering AOFI standards, even if your jurisdiction does not recognize our standards, because AOFI standards truly are the benchmark or the reference criteria when it comes to Islamic finance. So it's important that you develop your knowledge base in AOFI standards, irrespective of the fact whether you're implementing it in your field of work or not. In any case, I believe we all are interested in career progression, and mastering AOFI standards is a clear ticket to achieve precisely that. Right now, there are not less than 45 regulatory and supervisory authorities in different parts of the world which recognize AOFI standards, which clearly mean that there is demand for Islamic finance professionals who are proficient in AOFI standards. So this makes reason number one as to why you should participate in this event, which is to develop correct understanding, interpretation, and implementation skills in AOFI standards and to become and to achieve mastery of AOFI standards. So that's point number one. Second reason is to do with the fact that one of the objectives of this event is to connect Islamic finance professionals with Islamic finance experts or the trendsetters or the decision makers. So put simply, we want you to be connected with Islamic finance leaders from different parts of the world who have wealth of knowledge, skills, expertise, insights, perspectives, and whatnot, so that they can share it all with you. And this is what they have accumulated over a period of decades and more. So attending this workshop or these workshops means that you gain access to them so that you can gain all this knowledge from them. And I can assure you, generally speaking, of course, that the knowledge and the skills they are going to share with you will not be available from other sources. Like publications in the form of books and papers and articles, etc. What we generally find in publications are theoretical knowledge, which is again, generally speaking, because I don't want to be too specific, generally speaking, such kind of publications are divorced from reality, or at least not as practical as you would like it to be. So this is one of the reasons why you need to be in the workshop and interact with these experts so that you can benefit from the wealth of knowledge base and understand how Islamic finance truly and actually work in real world scenarios and cases. That's point number two. Now, the third and the final reason for attending these workshops is simply the fact that the certificates will be issued by two of the most important bodies in the global Islamic finance industry, which are AAOIFI and IsDB. And having this certificate is certainly going to add value and depth to your CV and resume. So I think this is all from my side. If you have any questions or clarifications or queries, I'm entirely at your disposal. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, my sincere apologies for joining in late. I was last minute to attend another uh, unscheduled meeting. Thank you very much, Brother Farhan,
My
for
pleasure.
the nice presentation, and thank you very much for organizing, as usual, this nice event. I hope people will benefit, and thank you once again as well for being with us together with us today, despite being extremely busy. We know that because of the conference and because of everything that is currently at your agenda, you are extremely busy. So thank you very much for sparing time for this introductory webinar. I assume people will have a lot of questions. I see start coming in some questions have started coming in, so we can take, you can type your questions. Yeah, the list of workshops. uh, I think you can have it. There is a website, right, Mr. Brother Farhan?
Yes,
You
you are right. Yes, on our AOFI website, www.aofi.com, you can click on the banner for Conference or Capacity Building Week, which will take you to the page dedicated to Capacity Building Week, from where you can download all sorts of information related to it, including the list of workshops. As well as if you look at AOFI CPA social media page, I think the LinkedIn page, the list of workshops is posted there as well. And as I said in the beginning as well, I think the list of workshops can be provided by Taif Digital
we
Institute
will,
separately outside of this webinar as well.
yeah, we will provide as well. We will be sending a detail actually after this webinar. We will be sending a detailed email. So wait for the email and wait for some announcements from TAIF as well for how to register and what are the options available and everything. Yeah. Yes, Suleiman, they wait for the discount as well.
So we have questions in Q&A. Ziaba, you want to take the questions?
Yeah, I've mentioned the discount. So yeah, so wait for it. Wait, you will get the details. There are, as Brother Farhan mentioned, there are some discounts mentioned on the website, IUFI website, and something special. You just wait for it. Hopefully later today, TAF would be approaching you as well. So follow the TAF page and follow the IUFI website. You have the information. You will have the information. Okay.
We have a question from Ghulam Muhyiddin saying purchasing an IUFI study material is quite cumbersome. Online purchases does not accept credit card payment. Is it possible to buy material using credit cards?
Okay, I understand the situation that you are in. For the past many years, we have been using different payment gateways. Unfortunately, there were always some issues. But this time we have implemented a new payment gateway, and I believe we are already accepting payments using credit cards and debit cards from different parts of the world, both for this conference and the capacity building week. So if you want to make payment for capacity building week, I think the payment gateway is ready and functional and you can use it. But to purchase specific study materials, we just have to wait a bit longer. Most probably after the conference, we'll move all our publications and everything to the new payment gateway.
Yeah. One option could be that TAF can facilitate if you are looking for a specific study material, we can coordinate, we can liaise with the team in IUP, and we can just forward, like collect the amount through the credit card and forward it to IUP. But that need to be subject to the approval that and the amount that need to be paid has to be approved by IUP.
I think the next question is from Muhammad Ashraf Arshad. Is Sri Lanka considered for the discounted fee? Yes, it is. Like I mentioned, I made a very easygoing category, GCC countries and non-GCC countries, even though this is not the right approach. But when I say developing markets, then there is always confusion whether my country is developed or developing and what is the criteria and so on and so forth. So I made it very simple and clear. If you're not a GCC country, then all the discounts will apply. The respective category of the discount will apply for you, which I already discussed in my presentation. The next question is from Mohammed Hosseini. My name is Mohammed. I am attending this webinar from Nigeria. Would you please let us know the level of discount we can get? Again, it's mentioned on our slide. It's mentioned on our website and on TAIF Digital Institute's website as well. There are a number of categories, like I discussed in my presentation. So you have to identify which category you are eligible for. If you are a CSAA fellow, for example, then you're entitled to a certain percentage of discount. If you're coming from a developing market, you will have a specific discount. If you're registering as a group, maybe in 3, 5, or 10, or more than 10, then you will have specific discounts, and so on and so forth. I think Salom Lupande, he wants to speak. So is it possible for him to speak, Brother Zia?
Yeah, okay. Hassan, you can allow him to speak. Yeah. I don't know, it would have been better that you type the question, but you can speak. Okay, we can monitor. Hassan, you can allow him to speak. Yeah.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you for bringing so much energy to this webinar. I mean, you cannot expect it from myself, but you added a lot of energy, mashallah.
Thank you very much. I think I wished, that's why I requested permission to speak, because I do not have only a question, but to start with, for the benefit of all others who are in this webinar, I'm bringing a testimony. My name is Salum Lupande. I'm speaking from Tanzania, and I'm a witness of the value that capacity building brings into people, because I was lucky to be one of the very first participants for the first capacity building week that we had last year. So I was a participant last year, and I could see the overwhelming happiness among the people into this. And therefore, yes, I'm encouraging all others to participate as well. Now, my comment to TAIF, no, not necessarily to TAIF, to AAOIFI, being a participant from the previous one of the areas that we made the comments were some of the capacity building initiatives overlapping in such a way that one would have wished to attend more than one, but they are overlapping. I wouldn't want to talk about the overlapping more. I would like to ask a question, because again, I'm one of the aspirants and the tentative participant, because I've already booked and confirmed my participation, and inshallah I'll be there. One of my areas of interest, my areas of interest is colliding once again as it was last year. This is a good example. We have 3 or 4 courses running at around same time, roughly with the same name. Please confirm to me, if I'm to choose, what should I pick? If you look at course number 7, that is strategic risk and the governance considerations for decision makers. This is for BOD, CEOs, and other C-suite executives. It is on 2nd as the first day. It runs from 9 to 12 in the morning. Around same time, we also have governance and the risk management essentials for Sharia scholars. Not only that, which is that is number 9, eh?
Yes.
The course number 9, but it also clashes very well with the risk management in Islamic banking and finance, in line with the IFSB standards. Same time,
yes,
same day. If you can clarify for planning, last year it happened that because we are already there, we thought maybe something different will happen, but one person could not easily divide into these training rooms. How is it a plan this year? If I'm to benefit with whatever I've picked, I've said this as a sample, but I have a lot in the list.
Can you just confirm the third workshop that you mentioned, the risk management one? What is the workshop
Number
number?
17. Number 17.
Number 17. It's not
Yes.
happening on the 2nd of November.
Risk management in Islamic banking and finance in line with IFSB.
Yes, it's not happening. So just go back to our website and our LinkedIn social media
What
pages.
is it? Because I'm reading from the advertisement that I had.
Yes.
Yes, if it's
There
been
was
changed, then I
actually,
will appreciate to have a date, because that's one of the critical causes I would like to book ahead of time, and just to book ahead of time, but also we book flights also based on this, because the conference itself is only 3rd and 4th, but we book flights depending on what other capacity building initiatives you'd like to book. And I really wish and hope it's not going to clash with the number 25, AAOIFI Train the Trainer program, which is, as you said, the longest and the most interesting one. I wouldn't want to miss. When is the
okay.
risk in Islamic banking and finance in line with IFSB? The one you have on your screen. What's the date?
Okay, first of all, I think this is a very, very important point. What happened was 3 weeks back, roughly 3 weeks back, we issued a post on our LinkedIn social media page with a list of workshops. And then after a couple of weeks, not weeks, I think after 1 week, we made changes in the dates and timings of few workshops. So we
Subhanallah.
deleted that post and we deleted from all our website and other sources and then uploaded the new one. The new one
Okay.
that's present there on the website and on other pages is the latest
Yes.
one. It's the final one. It has not been changed. So based
Okay.
on that list, the risk management in Islamic banking and finance workshop is going to be held on 5th and 6th of November. 5th and
So
6th of November, which is going to clash with Train the Trainer.
Inna lillahi.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Very true. Actually, actually, the problem is, just imagine, just put yourself in my shoes. You have 5 days and you need to fit in 26 workshops. How can you do it? And you need to make sure that you don't have workshops on the last day, because we understand that participants are coming for the conference and they will extend the day by few nights, but they cannot extend the day by 5 nights, 6 nights. So we have to do everything within these dates, 5, 6, 7. These are the core days.
So the trainer remains as it was on 6 to 8. Sorry, no, 5 to 7.
5 to 7, and it clashes with almost all the workshops. So you have to make
almost
a
all the
trade-off.
workshops, because on the same 5th as well, we have fiduciary risk and the rating in Islamic finance. That is interesting as well. Framework of effective Sharia decision making is on 5th. Oh my God. Okay, thanks. That was my concern mainly. But again, I retrieve my anxiety, and I just want to be like a testimony to the others that
Thank you
I
so
happened
much.
to be there last year when we just inaugurated for the first time, and it is a wealth of knowledge that is available during that period of time. So I confirm. Then I can confirm now the one that we said as a side event on the date of event itself. What is the
Yes.
title and what is the date and time, so that we can see
It's
how we
on.
plan again?
Okay. So the workshop is effective supervision of Islamic banking sector for regulators. Okay, effective supervision of Islamic banking sector. Now,
Okay.
it's not necessarily for regulators, even professionals, they can also attend this workshop. It's going to be on 4th of November from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on the 4th of November. It's a breakout session during the conference itself on the second day.
It's 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yes.
Okay. And this one, the price is how much is this for this workshop?
It's 650.
650. Okay, I got the point, and thank you.
My pleasure. Brother Zia, I'll take a minute to emphasize a very important point. All those who are going to attend the workshop, you have the list of workshops that we are going to do. just try to make sure that you come up with a list of questions that you want to ask the Islamic finance experts, the trainers who are conducting the workshop, because that would ensure that at least the points that you have in your mind, the concepts that needs to be cleared, the practical aspects which needs to be understood, the correct interpretation of certain clauses of AOFI standards, and the practical implementation itself of the topic, and the challenges that you are facing in that area, respective area. Just make a list of it, just make a note of it so that you have with yourself at least an idea, reference that this is what I need to take away. Because usually what happens is that the trainer, they have a broad understanding of what needs to be communicated to a variety of trainees, because all trainees are coming from different respective fields. Some are regulators, some are Sharia scholars, some are professionals on the operation side, some are accountants. So he has to generalize the topic. But if you as a trainee come prepared with your list of questions from your perspective, from your background, your expertise, then at least you'll make sure that your questions and your queries are answered and resolved. I think this is the best way to leverage your attendance, your optimize your learning experience. Okay?
So, Brother Farhan, what we would also suggest, I'm not sure whether you mentioned something in your presentation. If we can have like, because we only have the titles of the courses, if there is like a brief description of the content of the course, that will facilitate these question answers that you are requesting from the students, so they will become more prepared on the topic. So if the instructors, they must have done some course outline or presentation outline of what is going to be in the course. If there is some brief summary of that, we would be happy to share it with the participants and
Sure.
whosoever we can share, and then they can come up with the question that very rightly you highlighted, that they can come up with their questions well prepared.
Sure, Shah.
Sure. Okay, any other question? Yeah, the slides will be shared. You are asking for slides will be shared. How many countries applies UFI standard is not a relevant question, but Brother Farhan is in charge for
Yeah,
this.
we have a footprint report. It's available on our website for download, free download. In that footprint report, we identify all the regulatory and supervisory authorities in more than 100 jurisdictions, actually, uh, to establish the fact that these regulators, whether they adopt our standards, they adapt our standards, and if they adapt our standards, to what level of recognition they have given to our standards. So it's a very comprehensive report. I think 2 issues have been published, and the 2024 version, the latest version, is going to be published by the end of this year. I think you need to refer to that report. But generally speaking, as I mentioned in my presentation as well, there are not less than 45 or maybe 50 regulatory and supervisory authorities from different parts of the world which recognize AOFI standards, either full adoption or partial adoption or recognition for supplementary reporting and so on and so forth.
Okay, this is also not a relevant question relating to capacity building week, but will there be another CSAA exam after December, I think?
Actually, whenever there is any webinar, AOFI webinar, we always talk about CSA. Is it ending? Has it ended?
Yeah, so
For now, this is going to be the last exam, the December one. For now, this is going to be the last exam. A resolution has been passed by the AOFI Education Board that this is going to be the last exam. There can be special exemptions for certain markets. So, for example, Afghanistan is converting the entire economy and all the institutions as per the Sharia principles, rules, and values. So, there was a specific request coming from key stakeholders from Afghanistan to continue with CSAA. And so most probably it is one of those markets where CSAA is going to continue. But globally speaking, I strongly believe that December is the last exam attempt. Another point I want to highlight is the reason why we are ending CSA is because we have now in its place 2 fellowship programs and 1 proficiency certificates. So we have Certified Sharia Auditor Program, CSA, and we have Certified Sharia Expert Program, CSE. And we also have a proficiency certificate, the Certificate of Proficiency in AAOIFI Sharia Standards. So these are the 3 qualifications replacing CSA. So there is absolutely no need for us to continue with CSA.
Good, thank you. There are like few of the participants have asked about the discount. I think you have already mentioned about the discount. And I've also mentioned that you wait for like some very generous offers from IUFI side. And like there are some amazing things coming from TAF side as well, with support from IUFI. So you wait for the announcement and follow the website and IUFI website, and there are like discount options that are there, very generous discounts from IUFI side. Somalia, somebody is asking about the scholarships. I'm not sure. Brother, do you want to answer? Like he's saying, I'm from Somalia. What steps I can do to secure offers or scholarships for both full course and special course additionally?
We don't have a scholarship scheme running right now. We did a couple of years back, I think, not couple of years back, maybe 4, 5 years back. We had the scholarship scheme where we invited applications and we gave scholarships based on merit to, I think, 40 or 50 candidates in CSAA and SEPA program. But again, I cannot say whether we are going to revive this in the coming years or not. Having said that, please send us your application and let us know the conditions you are in and why you need scholarship and whether you need full scholarship or partial scholarship, and maybe we can, offer you some special exemption in registration fee.
Very good, thank you. I think that takes care of almost all the questions. So once again, Brother Farhan, thank you very much for very nice presentation, and thank you very much for sparing time and being present here and to take all the questions from the participants. We wish you a successful conference and wish you an excellent capacity building week, and we wish you all success in your team. We thank you as well, you and your team, for the great effort that you are putting in. Thank you.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much for such kind words. I would like to, thank once again Taif Digital Institute and yourself and your team for conducting this, for hosting this webinar and for inviting me to conduct this webinar. Thank you so very much. Looking forward to meeting you in person as well. So, and we are going to sign an agreement with you during the conference as well, inshallah. So looking forward to it. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Okay. I see somebody has raised hand, but I think like the time is over. You can send us an email with your detail. There have been like people are asking about the presentation slides. So don't worry about the presentation or detail. You will have all the presentation, all the detail, all the payment links very soon. So don't worry about that. The presentation Brother Farhan has presented, we will request him and then we can share it with you as well and with additional information as well. So thank you very much, Brother Farhan, and thank you very much all for being here. We look forward to seeing you at the Capacity Building Week in Bahrain or online. Thank you. Okay, so this brings to this conference to this meeting to an end. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Farhan.